What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video we're going to be taking another look at the Evil Smasher as a part of my Does It Suck series. The Evil Smasher is a unique Torgue assault rifle that is available from the Chosen One quest out in the Sawtooth Cauldron. Like many other weapons, the Evil Smasher did receive a significant buff as a part of the community patch, which is why we're going to take another look at it. We're going to start here by looking at the unpatched version of the weapon, and then move on to applying the patch to see if the weapon has changed. If we compare this weapon to a regular green Torgue assault rifle with the Vladoff barrel, a Torgue sight, a Torgue stock, a Torgue grip, and the base damage accessory giving it a nasty prefix, we can see that the Evil Smasher is literally worse in every stat: damage, accuracy, fire rate, reload speed, and magazine size. Now, obviously being a red text weapon though, it is going to have a special effect. And so on the Evil Smasher, that special effect is less noticeable than a lot of weapons. It only happens somewhat infrequently, and it happens a lot less frequently now that Gearbox had to patch the weapon. And this weapon had to be patched because it was a part of a very infamous glitch called the Evil Smasher glitch, or sometimes called the Evil Smasher Infinity glitch because it was most commonly used with the Infinity. But basically, if I can get it to happen here, the Evil Smasher will occasionally get a huge buff upon reload. And when you get this buff, it will give you an increased magazine size, increased projectile damage, increased fire rate, increased projectile speed, and I think increased accuracy as well, in addition to an increased mag size. So we're just trying to get that to activate here, and you can see that it did activate. It finally made that funny noise, and it created that, kind of fake explosion in front of us. Now, I could switch to a slagging weapon and slag this guy, but we're, running the control here, and switching to a slagging weapon or switching weapons at all is actually going to take away this bonus, and we'll get back to that in just a minute. But with the bonus, you can see that it actually does decent damage on a non-slagged enemy here. This is a weapon that is capable of getting critical hits. Now that we don't have the bonus, you'll see that our DPS has fallen off significantly. Our magazine size is back to 9, our projectiles move slowly again. They're not as accurate, and we can barely outpace that guy's health regen, but we got the bonus activated again, and we were able to finish him off. You can see when I reloaded there that it took my bonus away. Let's see if I can make that bonus activate again, just to kind of see all the ways that we can disable the bonus, like switching a weapon or going into our inventory, etc. So you can see that the bonus doesn't happen super frequently. I don't know what it is, 1 in 10 times, 1 in 20 times, but it does happen occasionally. And when it happens, then the weapon is actually usable. Otherwise, it's worse than a green, pretty much on par with a white assault rifle, which is not good. There are obviously better rarities than that available. If you compare the Evil Smasher to a purple, you can see that it's really far behind a purple. And then after we apply the community patch, obviously gemstone weapons get even better, so it's going... And, unless the Evil Smasher gets a lot better, it's going to be even further behind the rock version than it is the purple version. Regardless, let's go ahead and apply that patch. But before we do that, let's see how the weapon does, just with the turret and slag and stuff against some enemies that, are going to be a little bit more plentiful, maybe a little bit more dangerous. But we won't have our Evil Smasher bonus here. You can see that the turret is actually out-damaging the Evil Smasher, it seems like. So we'll try to combine the turret's damage with the Evil Smasher damage to try to get these enemies killed. You can see that the Evil Smasher is a very impotent weapon. Like I said, it's going to be on par with white rarity assault rifles because it is so bad. Even with Metal Storm and Onslaught, a full magazine doesn't deal very much damage to that guy. So now we've finally got the buff again. We'll throw a slag grenade, and you can see that when you have the buff and enemies are slagged and you have some kill skills active, it does okay. But the buff is so infrequent that it's really not worth using this weapon just for that buff. So we'll go ahead and quit out here because I don't think I'm going to be able to kill any more of these dudes. And then we will apply the patch and see how the weapon has changed. That exploder got caught on somebody there. We'll wait for him to blow up. Alright, now we'll try to kill this junk loader. Man, just getting no work done with this weapon. I'll go ahead and show you my skill build and stuff. We do have, a build that I think would help out this weapon, but not really getting a lot done with this weapon. I did decide to go with the legendary soldier comm because I wanted to use the explosive relic, which does not boost cooldown rate, and the legendary soldier comm does. So even with the legendary soldier comm, which is a real good comm, you know, it boosts gun damage and fire rate, plus it boosts cooldown rate, and then it has, you know, 6 skill boosts, some of which include impact, which are also helping out the gun damage as well, and it's still just not able to get that much done for us. So let's go ahead and apply this patch. We can see real quick before we apply the patch that the Evil Smasher has somewhere in the neighborhood of 275,000 damage, and it has a fire rate of 2.3. So let's go ahead and quit out and apply the patch. Now the patch notes for this weapon say that they removed all of the penalties and made it an above average an assault rifle. So let's go ahead and check out how it compares to a green. If this is truly an above average assault rifle, it should be better than the green. And now it is. It has a slightly lower fire rate, but it does have increased damage and everything else, albeit negligibly. So better than a green assault rifle there, which is good. Let's go ahead and look for a blue version of it here. This is going to be the nasty rifle. And we can see that it's definitely comparable with the nasty rifle now, right? We have a slightly increased base damage in trade for a slightly decreased fire rate, Accuracy and reload speed are pretty negligibly different, and magazine size is the same. So we would expect the Evil Smasher be just a little bit better than the blue version of the weapon now, which is good. It should be better than its blue version, and it's still going to trail the purple version. The purple version has a higher fire rate and a higher damage, being that the special effect on the Evil Smasher is so inconsistent. I would probably use a purple version over the Evil Smasher, and obviously I would use the rock version over the Evil Smasher because the rock version is going to be the best version, and it's just going to be way more consistent. You can see that it has about 90,000 more damage there, and it's got a slightly increased fire rate and magazine size as well, so it would be a lot better. So we're going to start here on this guy. We'll go without the bonus here at first. You can see without the bonus, it's, you know, not really doing that much damage to him. Let's go ahead and get some slag on him, just because I don't think we're going to be able to kill him otherwise. Alright. So we'll throw our turret there. I didn't really mean to do that, but might as well get that Battlefront bonus real quick. Take him out. The turret will be back fairly quickly because we have that legendary soldier comm. Then I'm going to get ready to engage these guys down here. Being that the weapon is better than a blue now, I do think we're actually going to be able to get kills with it instead of it being worse than a green. So definitely a huge improvement for the weapon right away. It's already able to like actually take out enemies, so that's a huge boost for it. Now obviously there are a couple other boosts that are some boost to assault rifles in general that will indirectly boost the Evil Smasher as well. So it looks like I actually have the special effect going right now, which is good. You can see that when I have the special effect going, you have to make special note not to reload because you don't want to waste your special effect. But when you have the special effect, it is massive. And there are a couple ways that you can waste the special effect, and I'm not going to do that now because I think we'll have opportunities to do that here in a minute. But when the special effect is active, this weapon is murdering these folks. So it's actually active again right now. Do I have it active every time? So it's activating a bunch right now. I don't know what that's about, but then I reloaded there and it went away. No, it's still going. Did I glitch the Evil Smasher? I may have glitched the Evil Smasher. We'll find out here. I don't know. It'd be funny if I did glitch it accidentally. Wasn't trying to. No, it seems like it's doing about normal, actually. Okay, let's see if the effect happens again. It was happening really often there for a minute, so I guess that kind of illustrates how inconsistent the weapon can be. It can either happen or not happen in, you know, some situations where you feel like it should be happening, but it's not that bad. Just grabbing a couple grenades here because I used quite a few grenades as we worked through that first room. I will say that I'm more likely to use grenades with this weapon than swapping to a slag pimpernel or another slag weapon, because when you swap weapons, when you have the special effect active, it will kill the special effect on the weapon. And they did that to try to mitigate the special effect being used you know, on other weapons, I would assume. So because of that, it actually makes it harder to use on the Evil Smasher. But I understand why they did it, right? Like, Gearbox is obviously paying quite a bit of money for... Oh, God, I wasted my special effect there again just because I'm so used to reloading. Oops. Gearbox is obviously paying money for the server resources for Borderlands 2 online play. And what they didn't want was to pay for the, you know, the server resources to just have people use the Evil Smasher Infinity glitch over and over and over again. I don't know how many of you were playing Borderlands 2 around that time or how many people actually joined random lobbies, but I actually did. That was one of the cool things about Borderlands 2 when it was a young game, is that you could always join dozens of open lobbies at once, right? There were always people who had their lobby set for online public, and for a while it was really fun to play with some people, right? Like, when the game first came out, everybody was using B conference call. It wasn't very fun to join other people's games because you knew they were going to be using B conference call. It wasn't a surprise when you got there. Every character, if they were playing Maya, B conference call. Playing Axton, B conference call. Playing Zero, B conference call. Playing Salvador, B and 2 conference calls, right? Every time people were using the conference call and the B. And so they eventually patched that out. You know, they fixed the B with multiple projectile weapons. Not all multiple projectile weapons, but at least the ones that it was listed on the card. The ones with listed listed extra projectiles. And that's kind of the crazy thing, is that the B, a shield that they knew existed, was able to get past testing, applying its boost, you know, up to 20 times with some shotguns and stuff. That's a crazy thing to me that ever happened. So, you know, people began looking for some other things that were stupidly broken, and the Evil Smasher glitch was eventually found. It was found that you could transfer the Evil Smasher bonus to another weapon by reloading and switching the weapon as the bonus was starting to happen. So, because of that, you know, it was very, very popular. Very, very popular. And every single lobby you would go into, everybody would be using the Evil Smasher glitch with the Infinity. It made lobbies very unfun to go to, you know? You'd, as a group, run to Hyperius or something, and then someone would delete him literally as soon as he showed up. Which is fun if you're doing it, you know, like very, very deliberately and intricately using Axton and TDR reloads and grenades and all of that. But if you're just, you know, just holding down the Infinity, looking over in his general direction, oh, killed a raid boss, it's a little bit less fun, right? And it took away a lot of the co-op fun that a lot of people were having, and that I assume Gearbox intended, right? They wanted people to open up their lobbies for public and to play with random people and to have fun, you know, killing some of Pandora's challenges with people that they've never met before, just kind of through the magic of Borderlands. But it became a lot less easy to do that, because there could be 20 lobbies open, right? And literally all 20 of them would have the Evil Smasher glitch going on. Now, this is just how I remember it. Other people may remember it differently, but I was joining lobbies at that time both on PC and on Xbox because my roommate had an Xbox and stuff. And, you know, every lobby we'd go into, both platforms, Evil Smasher glitch for everybody, right? And if you join a lobby and you weren't doing the Evil Smasher glitch, people were like, hey man, you want to do the Evil Smasher glitch? Do you know how to do it? Like, yeah, I know how to do it. I'm just trying to find a lobby where people aren't doing it at the moment. And keep in mind, then, the game was also a lot less fun back then because Overpower Level 8 didn't exist and stuff. Maybe I'm getting the timeline mixed up, but at least that's how I remember it, right? They didn't have the Overpower levels yet. They didn't have Digistruct Peak. There was less stuff to do. And with there being even less stuff to do, the Evil Smasher exhausted that list very, very, very quickly. And so I would assume that the Evil Smasher, in a way, you know, lowered the lifespan of Borderlands 2 for a lot of people because it took away all of the fun for, you know, some people. Anywho, I'm glad they patched the Evil Smasher glitch personally, just because it encouraged people to try other builds, to try other, you know, diversity within Borderlands 2, which is fun. A bunch of guns, and if all you were using were 2 of them, the Evil Smasher and the Infinity, you're letting yourself down a little bit. Alright, so we're still working through all of these enemies here. We can see that we haven't got the Evil Smasher special boost in a while, but we're still kind of taking these enemies out when we have Onslaught and Metal Storm. That works out well. Go ahead and try to finish off this power loader here. Looks like there are multiple enemies still in here. Maybe I shouldn't have put my turret away quite so quickly. Go ahead and save this power loader for a second wind. Cool. We were able to get a second wind off of him, but we still have no health, so trying to get a little bit of cover. Perhaps playing a little bit too aggressively with the Evil Smasher. That's a little bit my fault. Now, does this weapon suck now? I mean, it's still, you know, significantly worse than a purple, and I don't think its special ability is consistent enough to make up for that. Obviously, when it works, right? You know, when you have this weapon working, it does a bunch of damage. There's no doubt about that. But you can see that I'm also using quite a bit of ammo as we go through these guys. It's taken a significant amount of, you know, assault rifle ammunition to get this far into this map. There is an ammo machine coming up pretty quickly, but it's still something to keep an eye on. There are longer maps that don't have machines in them as frequently as the Washburn Refinery, and so because of that, this weapon might not be the most ammo efficient to use everywhere. Alright, so you can definitely get kills with it, there's no doubt about that. It's significantly worse than a purple, I would say, because its special effect happens so rarely that it can never really overcome that gap. But does it suck? I mean, not really, you know? It's an above middle of the road assault rifle, above average assault rifle, just like the community patch notes say. So, I mean, that's pretty good, you know? It does okay. Alright, I think we've got Pervy slagged. I'm going for Pervy first. I threw enough transfusion trails that I thought I would survive, but I guess the railing was blocking them from getting to me. My mistake there. Go ahead and finish the rest of these guys off now. So a couple misplays with the Evil Smasher, thinking that it would be a little bit stronger than it is, but that just goes to show that compared to top tier assault rifles, it is definitely still lacking a little bit of potency, but, you know, it's not that bad. It does okay. Huh, I really wish I could take this turret with me, because we're going to have to fight Hurley and the badasses here in just a moment, so if I could take it with me, that would be wonderful. Try one more time at it here. Start from the railing this time, get a better jump at it. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. It still won't be back by the time we fight those super badasses, I would imagine. Maybe it will, who knows. There is a little bit of travel time on these projectiles. I'm not doing a great job leading them in this video. I don't have a ton of experience with them, so It is a little bit inaccurate, though. You can see that. I guess when you aim down sights, it's fairly accurate. When you're not aiming down sights, it's a little bit less accurate. Alright. Let's go to the badasses. We actually will have a turret for this because it took me so long to kill that hot loader. Alright. Now, depending on where these badasses spawn, we could be in a bad way with the Evil Smasher just because, you know, if they're both up top here, we're going to have a hard time putting down consistent damage on them, whereas their guns could potentially be very, very accurate. So we'll have to see where they spawn. There's one right here, so we'll go ahead and get him slagged. We have our shield blocking us for just a second. I don't know where that other one is, so I'm going to try to stand in this bubble. It's not the biggest shield in the world. You can see that it's gone down now, but it has provided me with enough cover to get one kill, so that's awesome there. We'll use our kill skill bonuses here. I should remember to aim down sights after just talking about how the weapon is significantly more accurate when you do ADS. Alright, we'll finish this guy off here. I'm going to go ahead and, I was going to try to recall my turret there so that we could have it cooling down as Hurley spawned, but the turret was like, hey, let me help you out, bud. Let me finish this kill for you. So now I'm not going to have turret for the first part of Hurley, which blows. That's a bummer there. We could just kind of wait out Hurley here. He would appreciate that, I would assume. Just go ahead and blow up that there. So here at range, how much damage is this going to do to him? It's chipping away at his shield. Didn't do great. I think one of the biggest buffs to the Evil Smasher is more than doubling its magazine size. A magazine size of 9 is just ridiculous. Alright, so that should get him slagged here in just a second. Perfect. Now I'll start shooting at him. Oh, God. Is he looking the other way? Oh, he killed our turret. Okay. Jeez. Well, you can see that against an enemy like Hurley, with all of his health and, you know, damage, that the Evil Smasher does leave a little bit to be desired. Try to get him slagged here for us while he's throwing barrels. It's a good opportunity to take out his shield because the barrels can't hurt us. Now those guns can hurt us. Well, not where I wanted that at all, but we still get the bonus from it, so I'm still going to recall it just so that... Oh, no, it's shooting him. Never mind. I was going to say, we're going to need that turret damage on him in order to kill him, so that's why I was going to recall it. Try to knock off one of his arms here, plus hitting critical hits is a boost for my DPS as well, so try to hit his arms. Whoa! We must have gotten the Evil Smasher bonus there for a minute, and I wasted some of it, but you can see that we finished him off once the Evil Smasher bonus finally activated. When the bonus activates, this weapon does really, really well. It's just when it's not activated that it does very, very poorly. I do like this wiring here. I've never noticed that before, that they actually drew out 5 individual wires for his arms there. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's kind of neat. Reminds me of some telecom nightmares that I've dealt with as well. Thank goodness I don't have to, pin down copper pairs anymore and stuff like that. That's a truly irritating job sometimes. Especially if you are doing it like I was and, we're kind of for a contracting company. You'd go into some of these businesses and you're like, so the last person that was in your telecom closet, are they currently on trial for murder? Are they otherwise mentally deranged? Because it makes no sense why anyone would do things like that. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and look through this stuff here. We didn't get that much. Does the Evil Smasher still suck after it got its community patch boost? I mean, it's so inconsistent, right? Gearbox had to make it so that the special effect goes away when you reload the weapon. If I can get the special effect to happen here, I'll prove that to you. And because slag is so important, it makes the special effect kind of hard to use. But with that in mind, when the special effect activates, the special effect is definitely very strong. This weapon is still going to be very inconsistent though compared to like a purple Torgue AR or a gemstone Torgue AR, which is just going to be a more consistent and effective weapon overall. The Evil Smasher's okay now. It does alright. I wouldn't use it personally because I would prefer a weapon with greater consistency, but it does okay. And you can see here that the special effect is pretty rare sometimes. Like sometimes it seems like it happens fairly frequently, and sometimes it seems like it happens very, very infrequently. And so because of that, I can't really give this I can't give this weapon my highest recommendation by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, so there it finally activated, right? And so right now it would be very, very powerful. Like you can see, it's almost dead accurate. The fire rate's super high. The bullet speed is high. It goes very, very hard. It hits hard. Now let's say we needed to slag an enemy, right? So we switch over to our Pimpernel, get the enemy slagged, switch back to our rifle, and all of a sudden the special bonus is gone. We're back to the average moving projectile speed and it being a little bit inaccurate and stuff. Now here the special effect activated again, got it a second time in a very short amount of time. And when that happens, you're going to be wrecking face with this weapon. But it is important to note that that special effect just doesn't happen that often. And when it doesn't happen, you'd be better off using another weapon. Does the Evil Smasher suck? No, not really, because you can get kills with it, you can do things with it at overpower level 8 now, and when the special effect activates, it's definitely going to be a beast. But it's a very inconsistent special effect, and I would say that you'd be better off using another weapon. Now the special effect is happening fairly frequently, so I guess it really depends on how lucky you are, how good the Evil Smasher is going to be or not be. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd appreciate that as well. Otherwise, I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.